Hello everyone, my name is Pradeep Tambre and today we are at the 8th edition of the Asia Pacific Precious Metal Conference here in Singapore. I have Mr. Bruce from the Japan Bullion Market Association. Hello sir, welcome to the APPMC 2025.
Hi, thank you very much. Yes, I'm very happy to be here again this year.
So sir, if you can just talk about the Japan bullion market a little bit and what are the supply demand aspects as of today?
Well, we are this past 2 years, I would say, the investment demand is becoming more and more bigger now, and the Japanese investors' appetite for gold is quite good. We are seeing more buying even with this historical high gold prices. Japanese investors used to be known as a bargain hunter. They buy when the market price comes down, and they sell when the comes up.
Yeah.
But these days, even with this historical high prices, there is more buyers than sellers, which is really a big change for Japanese mentality.
So, sir, talking about Japanese mentality, what are the forms that gold is procured in Japan? Is it bars, coins, maybe jewelry, ETFs?
Right. Every forms of gold is really well bought these days, especially for the beginners. The gold accumulation plan is very popular because it's easy. You don't have to see the market. It's just automatically buys the fixed amount of yen gold, right? But some of the investors who already invested into the stock market or other investment, doing other investment, they rather prefer the gold ETF or trust fund because it's much the cost of trading is much lower, and it is just like trading stock market. So it's easier for them to do it, and economically it is better to pay the spread, buy and sell spread in the physical market. Gold ETF is very competitive.
What is the sentiment of the consumers in Japan? Do they buy gold and hold it for a long time, or do they try to book their profits when there is a spike in prices in gold?
Yeah, that's a good question. I said that they used to be a bargain hunter, which means they were trading quite a short-term period. They buy the dip and they sell the rally. But nowadays, they don't sell the rally. They just keep the gold because I think, especially younger generation, are kind of worried about Japanese yen getting weaker and weaker. And also the inflation, the price of the things is going up and up. So to hedge those inflation and cheaper yen, to buy gold in yen is the very best way to hedge those risks.
If we can just talk about smuggling a little bit, in your recent article which you had written,
Yes.
you had mentioned smuggling is a very big part of the gold in Japan.
Yes.
If you can just elaborate a little bit more about that.
Yeah, sure. This happened because of the consumption tax. In Japan, you have to pay at the moment 10% of consumption tax when you buy gold or when you buy anything, right? But the gold, most of people don't consume gold, and consumption tax is burdened by consumers.
Yeah.
So if you sell it back, then you get the 10% back, and the buyer would have the burden of paying the consumption tax. So it's just if you are trading it, buying and selling in Japan, it's no problem because you get 10%, and you pay 10% and you get back 10%. And even if the gold price goes higher, then the 10% you pay is much less than the 10% you get, right? So you can be kind of trade the tax as well. But the problem is, if you buy gold overseas, like in Hong Kong, where there is no value-added tax on gold, then you buy you buy tax-free gold overseas and you smuggle it in Japan and you sell it in Japan, then you get the 10% over the price of the gold. So that's what is happening. And of course, government see it as a very big problem. They're trying to avoid that kind of trading, but it is very difficult because those people who do smuggling, find a way to do it. So that is becoming that has been the big problem. I would, from my calculation, the gold production of Japan is about 100%, and probably very close to that amount is consumed by Japanese investment and also industrial market. But still, Japan exports like 120 tons of gold a year. It doesn't add up, and that is, we have a huge amount of gold coming in by smuggling, which is a big problem for us.
So, sir, coming to digital gold in Japan, is it education? Is the education provided for digital gold, and how is the demand for digital products of gold in Japan?
If you are talking about like gold ETF, that's really the same thing as a stock market, right? So it is very easily received by Japanese investors, no problem at all. If you are talking about stable coins backed by gold, it is still much beginning stage. There's only one, as far as I know, the gold-backed stable coins.
Yeah. As you've been attending the APPMC since quite some time now, what are the changes you have seen in this conference from its inception and the 8th edition of APPMC?
Well, every year we have more people, and also I noticed that this year we have more Japanese participants, which is quite good. I mean, people are recognizing this conference as a must go. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.